Good afternoon, everybody. Today, wanted to talk about creating winning situations or scenarios. All too often when I'm listening or watching parents interact with their kids, you kind of set yourself up for an argument or a fight without necessarily even really knowing it. So I wanted to address that today and help you out. What happens is, all too often, parents will ask an open-ended question. And an open-ended question allows your child to answer anything in the world that they want. And as soon as they do, if they start to use their imagination, which we want them to, you suddenly now have to go onto the defensive and it becomes an adversarial conversation or conflict. For example, what would you like to do today? Now suddenly your child's thinking of all kinds of things. Hey, I want to go to Disney. Naturally, your immediate answer is, well, we're not going to do that. So you asked your child a question, but then when they gave you the answer, suddenly it wasn't the right answer. It's like, well, no. And now again, it becomes an adversarial conversation. I ran into this way back in high school, and it was an English lit class, and it was so frustrating that we would read one of the classic literatures, and our teacher would say, well, what did you get out of that story? I enjoyed reading the story. I liked everything about the book. I liked the process. And so I would share, well, this is what I took from it. And right away she said, no, that's wrong. So suddenly the whole experience basically was ruined. Okay, so I spent all this time, as you may remember, English literature books are thick, right? They're not little skinny chapter books. These are high school literature books. So I'd get completely frustrated that, well, that's what I took from the story, so why is it wrong? So that's what we want to be able to do with the kids, is be able to create a closed loop, or what we call multiple choice questions, as opposed to open-ended questions. So instead of saying, what would you like to do today, and leaving it open like that, what you would do, or what you could do, would be say, hey, we have a couple of hours today of free time. Would you rather go to the park or play in the backyard? Now what's happening is you're empowering your child to make a decision and be part of the decision-making process, but at the same time, you're guiding the conversation to a positive conclusion that everybody's on board with. Another example with karate school, probably 15, 20 years ago, I had a vending machine. And in the vending machine, we had probably about 7 or 8 different choices of drinks. So we had bottled water, we had flavored water, we had Gatorade, we had soda, we had juices. And again, all too often, parents would come up with their kids after class and say, okay, well, what do you want? Well, naturally, the kids more often than not is going to say, well, I want the soda. Well, no, you can't have that one. Pick something else. You asked me what I wanted. So by opening the question and leaving it open-ended like that, that's what's going to frustrate your kids and start to create adversary or arguments between you and your child. And we definitely don't want that. We always want you guys to be on the same page. But what needs to happen as the parent now is you need to be ahead of your child and guiding the conversation, right? You're not partners with your child and making a decision together. You're the parent, you're going to make the decision, but you're going to let them make general choices along the way so that they are part of the process. So if you start making close-ended questions and or multiple choice, here's another great example. You make the decision as the parent that you want your child to read more. So at that point, how can you involve the child, right? Instead of just saying, well, what book would you like to read? There's thousands and thousands of books to choose from. How about you take a whole bunch of books, anything that you feel is appropriate for your child to read, and you lay them out on the table. You know what? You can pick any book you want from the table that you want to read. So we're going to read each and every day for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever your time frame is, and you can choose whatever book you want. Well, now that may seem like an open-ended question. It's really not, because you decided as the parent which books are on the table. When you start bringing in that thinking process to everything that you're doing with your kids, you're going to find there's less arguing, right? And you're going to get a lot more done because now that you're not taking the time to argue or let your child go all over the place, you're going to be able to enjoy the process a whole lot more. So if you found this tip useful, do me a favor, leave it down in the comments. Let me know what you learned, or let me know how you're going to use it, and I will be more than happy to shoot another tip tomorrow for you guys. All right, have a great day.